Cesaro, you were drafted in the 6th round to Raw. How are you feeling about all of this?
Well, first of all, I'm not too happy to be drafted, was it 17th in the 6th round? I have a feeling that I should be drafted a little bit higher. I was hoping to be at least top 10. And then, just looking at the rosters and what the GMs talked about yesterday, how SmackDown is going to be the wrestling show and, all about in-ring product and all about the superstars and not necessarily about the GMs and that whole drama. I feel like I would have probably been a better fit for SmackDown, but just like in my career so far here, I figured there's always, a little stumble block and whatever I have to overcome. So, I'm looking forward to being on the flagship product. That's trying to see the positive, being on the flagship product, WWE Raw, and, that's where Cesaro belongs.
Well, speaking of GMs, how do you think that the Raw general manager Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon being the commissioner, how do you think they'll coexist?
That's part of the problem that you just asked me that question, because I don't really care. I think Raw going forward needs to be about the superstars. It needs to be about the performers in the ring and not about how Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley coexist. They need to be there to mediate and make the best show. That does not need to be the focus.
Welcome to the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 41, the 2016 WWE Brand Extension. I am the creator of the FullNelsonPress.com. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. You can find me on Twitter at JohnnyJONNY_Tango. I'm here with the general manager of WWE In Your House, Mr. Peter O'Brien. You can also find him on Twitter at MVP360. And of course, you can follow the Full Nelson Press on Twitter at TFNP. Pete, are you ready for the 2016 WWE Draft?
As commissioner of In Your House, I have one rule.
Okay.
You bring up my eye and the fact that I can't catch a softball. I'm going to TP your house. I'm going to TP it so hard, too. I'm going to Fruit Loop your lawn, and I'm going to, I'm going to do something else.
So we're going to talk about the overall brand extension, just what our thoughts are, go over the whole draft of who got on what, and just what we think about it, where it's going to go from here. SmackDown Live consisted of 6 rounds. Each one had about 5 picks in it. The first round, the first pick for Raw was Seth Rollins. Good for him. SmackDown picked Dean Ambrose. Raw picked then Charlotte. Then we got AJ Styles on SmackDown. And then Raw got Finn Balor.
I liked it. I'm glad that they have a lot of hype in Finn Balor to the point they're like, yep, he's third.
Seeing AJ Styles on SmackDown, I didn't see that as a surprise. I thought that's where they were going to go with him, which works.
SmackDown is now watchable because it was not watchable at all. It was so hard to watch.
First pick for WWE In Your House was Zack Sabre Jr.
I will kill you. I would draft him, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, you got to get in this shipping container, and then I'd send him out into sea so no one has to go through one of his stupid, boring, methodical matches.
Round 2, Roman Reigns got sent to Raw. 6th pick, 2 months ago, he would have been number 1.
Right? And he wasn't.
And number 7 was John Cena got sent over to SmackDown. Brock Lesnar gets sent to Raw. Randy Orton to SmackDown, and it's kind of becoming apparent that a lot of the wrestlers that we've been seeing for a while are going over to SmackDown. But then Raw picks a really weird one, all 3 members of the New Day. I was very excited to see that they were not going to be breaking up, because they kept promoting that tag teams were going to get broken up in this.
And they didn't break up any.
The only tag team that got broken up was The Shield.
The Shield? The Wyatts? Maybe that's it.
Oh, yeah, the Wyatts got broken up. And then people are like, oh, the Lucha Dragons, but they already called it quits on Twitter before the draft even happened. The first pick of round 3 was Sami Zayn to Raw. Next was Bray Wyatt got moved to SmackDown. Super happy about that.
I was sort of mad at first, but now I like it.
Sasha Banks, Raw. Becky Lynch, SmackDown. Chris Jericho, Raw. All right.
I thought he was leaving soon.
They might have just been like, you're on Raw. Goodbye. And then he'll come back. Round 4 was Rusev with Lana. Would have been funny if they got drafted separately. They got sent to Raw. Miz and Maurice got sent to SmackDown. Again, it would have been funny if, like, Rusev and Maurice got sent to Raw, but the Miz and Lana get sent to SmackDown. And then the one thing I did hate was Kevin Owens got picked for Raw, which means we're still going to get Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. What was the whole point of having this big match of Battlegrounds with these two if they're still going to be on the same brand together?
I would have flipped Owens and Bray.
Yeah, okay. I'd be okay with that.
That'd be a good one.
Baron Corbin gets put to SmackDown. I want to see Baron Corbin get a tag team championship so badly. Only so that way he can't use the lone wolf gimmick anymore.
I know. So it'd come out and it'd be like, I'm a pack hunter.
I'm the pack.
I'm the leader of the pack.
He's got these little midgets dressed up as Baron Corbin.
These are mine. Follow me. You little freaks.
You little Corbins.
Well, that'd be good.
Enzo and Cass get moved to Raw together. Great news. I thought these two would have been for sure the group broken up.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
In the second round, we had the New Day get picked, all 3 members, but then Raw decides to pick just, when they say the club, they specifically say just Gallows and Anderson, which I know AJ Styles was already chosen, but then why didn't AJ Styles get the club with him? Like, I guess this kind of got broken up, but it just didn't make sense how they did it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It really didn't make sense.
But SmackDown counters this by a botched entrance to the American Alphas, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Daniel Bryan just can't say Reddy and Gable, but the crowd already knows it's going to be them. Great for them. Getting moved to SmackDown. I don't care. I don't care where these two get put, because whatever brand they're on, at least it's on one of the 2 big brands.
Right? They'll no longer be NXT, so.
Yeah,
woo!
It doesn't matter. It's awesome. It's good news there. Big Slow, he got put to Raw. Good for him, I guess.
Forgot he was still on the roster.
Dolph Ziggler gets put onto SmackDown. Super excited about this because I really feel like he could be that Edge. Like, Edge was just the face of SmackDown, and I think that's something that Dolph Ziggler can do.
Yep, absolutely.
And things are looking good for him anyways.
Nothing to get worse.
Dolph Ziggler has been moved to Velocity.
TNA called. We're giving him the contract. Bye, Dolph.
They have Dixie Carter come out to a podium, but it's just like this beat-up piece of cardboard podium.
Could you imagine TNA would be like sitting there going like, oh my god, we can finally take some wrestlers. Now on the board is TNA. She's like sitting there, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. I'm gonna get someone so good. I'm gonna poach. I'm so great. We at TNA decide to take the Shining Stars.
Come to Puerto Rico, the shining star of the Caribbean.
What? Lashley comes out, takes the podium, throws it into the crowd. You idiot! Cesaro was sitting there. You take the Shining Stars?
We'll take Ron Killings.
And then Goldust comes out and goes, come on!
Right. Nia Jax gets picked as the last round for round 5. She gets put to Raw. Nia Jax, great, but you need an entrance. She came out the following week on Raw, and she just walked out to music. They focus in on her eyes. Stop it.
Whatever. Don't hate her. She's not bad.
I'm not saying she's bad. She's very talented in the ring. I think she's going to go far, but she needs an entrance. Round 6, Neville gets moved to Raw.
Right.
Natalya to SmackDown, and let's talk about Cesaro. Cesaro gets put to Raw, but it really doesn't feel like that's where he wanted to be put on. He was upset even that he was the 17th pick on the draft, said that he would rather be on SmackDown due to Shane and Debray promising more wrestling than drama, but let's be honest, like, that's TV promising. That's not what they're probably saying backstage. He goes on this big, long, like, kind of shoot promo with awkward JoJo just standing there like, what am I supposed to do here? And he just rambles on about how much he thinks Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley deal doesn't make any sense, and it's annoying, and he's just generally upset with where he's at in the company.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Like, why wouldn't they play that angle more often with him?
Right.
Just do that angle. Just do it.
So later on, in one of the nights that he's on Raw, he gets called in for the number 1 contendership, like the 6-pack challenge or whatever they were going to do that following week on Raw. And he kind of does this, like, he gets this heat with Roman where he kind of stares him down. And I'm like, that's it. You can make Roman a heel by having him against Cesaro and giving this Cesaro's way to be like, I could take on the big guy. Because if Roman's still getting punished, why not use that towards the rest of the locker room's advantage? Let Cesaro go over on Roman. How great would that be for Cesaro's career?
Huge. The whole problem with Cesaro, he can't can't talk.
He needs someone to be on the mic for him.
He's so bad. Like, it's cringeworthy.
It is.
And he needs a new entrance song if he's doing this whole professional bit.
He can't be a secret agent and then also have a siren as his entrance song.
Like, it's got to be, like, more stalkerish, right?
More like James Bond. Well, then, Pete, who would you want to put? Like, if you could put a manager or a wrestler or anybody, who would you put him with?
Alexa Bliss.
I like that. Alexa Bliss could definitely do that for Cesaro.
Yes. Or, not gonna lie, Billie Kay on NXT. Big, tall, lanky chick. Like, I don't know if she can talk, but if she could talk, those two would be a good match.
Okay. Next, we have Alberto Del Rio gets moved to SmackDown, and then Sheamus gets moved to Raw, and that's all we know from SmackDown. The rest is done on the network in this boring draft.
Oh, yeah, it was bad. That was hard to watch.
They should have done something at Stanford where they made some kind of mock podium and had that been done there with, like, you know, put, like, Daniel Bryan and Mick Foley on there as the GMs and have them do the rest of them, because that was just brutal to watch. Round 7, the first pick for Raw was the Golden Truth, R-Truth, and Goldust. Why? Why was that bundled? Like, that should have been separate. No! Get rid of that. If you're going to be promising breaking up tag teams, that is the perfect mock tag team to just get rid of. Break it up. The Usos were picked to SmackDown. You know what? Let's try it for once and put Jimmy and Jay on 2 separate brands, even if it's for a couple months. See if either of them can get some kind of footing with the character, and see if it does something either for that one person, and if it does, apply it to the other one, put them back together, and you have a whole new tag team with new character development to them.
There you go. Good job, Brandon. That makes sense.
Right? Raw gets Titus O'Neil. Good for him. SmackDown gets Demon Kane. But I would have loved it if Corporate Kane would have got sent to Raw. That would have been hysterical.
Oh, that would have been great. Like, he would just sit there, he'd come out and be like, what happened?
He's got to constantly switch between shows, so he's always winded.
Oh, my God.
Paige gets moved to Raw. Round 8, Darren Young and Bob Backlund, they get moved to Raw. Kalisto gets moved to SmackDown. Did you hear that ugly promo he had?
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was really bad.
Well, hey, I'm here, like I said before, I'm here to shock the world. I'm ready. I'm ready to show my lucha art inside and outside the ring. But first of all, I can't stop thinking about Baron Corbin being on SmackDown. I get to have my revenge. ¿Sabes qué? Hey, like I said, I'm here to stay and make a good lucha thing. God damn! Woo!
Kalisto, you tried.
And almost as if this whole draft was pre-written, the following person is Sin Cara, his old tag team partner, and he gets moved to Raw. Naomi gets moved to SmackDown. Jack Swagger to Raw. The Ascension, both Connor and Victor, get put to SmackDown, which is kind of good. I didn't want them to be broken up. But again, same thing. They could do like what I said with the Usos. Put them in 2 different directions, change something, and you could always put them back together.
Good job, Brandon. You're doing good. Keep going.
Right?
Keep going.
Dudley Boys, Bubba and Devon, they got put to Raw. Zack Ryder gets put to SmackDown. Summer Rae to Raw. Apollo Crews to SmackDown. Mark Henry to Raw. And then Alexa Bliss. Why wasn't that announced that night SmackDown? She gets put on SmackDown herself. That was really cool to see.
That one caught me off guard. But she did put on an awesome match with Bayley.
Yes.
On NXT the week before. I think she was ready. She can talk. I like her. And she has one of the most beautiful butts in wrestling. Her butt is great. Her butt got drafted to SmackDown, and then Alexa Bliss came with the rest of it. We of SmackDown are signing Alexa Bliss's butt. And then she comes out all Ace Ventura-like.
Crowd goes wild.
Dixie Carter's like, son of a I missed that one. Okay, guys, don't worry. I got a curveball coming up for you. We at TNA select John Laurinaitis. People power. John Laryngitis?
Laryngitis?
You know who we mean. Lashley comes out, takes the new podium, throws it out into the crowd again. You idiot!
The people powder guy? So Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Paige are all on Raw, but it still sounds like SmackDown's got a really good Divas division. Alexa Bliss is over there, Natalya, they got Becky Lynch over there, but they also have like Nia Jax is over there too. Like it seems like we're getting a pretty good team on both sides.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Right. Round 10, Braun Strowman, here's the big one. He gets put to Raw with a new haircut.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Why no one said the Wyatt family still just doesn't make sense, but okay. Next, SmackDown picks Breezango. They get Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Bo Dallas to Raw. Eva Marie to SmackDown. All read everything. I think WWE has really learned from Roman Reigns, and they've decided to take Eva Marie and just embrace the heat. They have to embrace it, and I think that's what they're doing.
Oh, for sure. They know how hated she is. She is beyond hated. There's barely anyone cheering for her. She sucks. We at TNA, I have a great one for you guys. Brodus Clay! You idiot! We already have him. It's Titus. No, that's a different guy.
I screwed up. Drew McIntyre?
Bobby Lashley again takes the podium, throws it out in the crowd. You stupid idiot!
We'd like to take Christian Cage. Bobby Roode? Austin Aries?
I'm not going back there, you dumb bitch. I have 4 checks that have bounced. I'm not going back there. Yeah, we paid it. Oh, we gave it to Bobby. Bobby who? Oh, the black guy. Because we like him. You could see Dixie Carter saying this stuff.
I could see it. Raw gets the Shining Stars. I see a real winner here. SmackDown gets the Vaudevillains. They get Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Pete, do you want to talk about Simon Gotch's current situation in wrestling right now?
I guess he has a mouth, apparently, is what I'm reading.
Simon Gotch and Sin Cara had a fight in the catering the night of the WWE draft. One version of the story is that Sin Cara threw an unopened soda at Gotch's face, while another story says that Sin Cara punched Gotch in the face. Regardless, Gotch went down hard. There is no disciplinary action announced against Sin Cara. However, there are reports that Gotch is going to get some heat by not only backstage, but also the wrestlers themselves. A lot of people are saying that, yes, Simon Gotch has a mouth on him and seems to get people upset all the time.
I could see it, though. If you listen to him talk, you could see him just being that guy that's just a prick.
If there was someone I could choose that you knew would tie someone up and put them on railroad tracks, Simon Gotch looks like the guy.
Yeah. I do.
Exactly.
Picture like Peter Griffin with his cape, like,
yeah, this will surely affect my inheritance. Yeah.
and he like runs away.
Simon Gotch also DLC in the next Red Dead game.
Oh, great. Can't wait.
Gotch was first eliminated in the Battle Royal on SmackDown, so it kind of feels like the heat is really on him. Let's move on to round 11.
We at TNA select. Now I know you guys are going to really love this one. Doink the Clown.
Like the clown!
Wait, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. I'm getting. Oh, he's dead. Okay, can I repick? And you know, Raw and SmackDown are like, yeah, go ahead and repick, Dixie.
Now, the last time this happened, it changed the wrestling landscape. We choose Kevin Nash and Razor Ramon.
That'd be awesome.
All right, round 11. Alicia Fox gets to Raw. Eric Rowan, he's joining Bray Wyatt on SmackDown. Dana Brooke is joining Charlotte back on Raw. Mojo Rawley, which we saw at Battlegrounds, is now going to SmackDown with his buddy Zack Ryder. Curtis Axel is going to Raw. Carmella is the final pick, which is really cool. Carmella will not be with Enzo and Cass, though. She'll be over on SmackDown.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't get why they brought that up. She would fit perfect with him.
Yeah.
It's not like she would have to, like, it wouldn't hurt Enzo and Cass. It would bring them together.
It would at least establish Carmella's character for the people who haven't watched NXT at all or Breaking Ground. I don't know where they're going with it. There might be something more to this, or otherwise they have that much faith in both. Because I see it, though. Carmella can very well stand on her own. She does not need Enzo and Cass. And same with Enzo and Cass do not need Carmella. Pete, I feel like we're missing somebody.
I don't know. Dixie Carter probably took him.
Heath Slater?
Heath Slater is on everyone's high list because he comes to work, he never complains, he never hates anything that they do for him, he does it all with smiles.
He did that whole thing with the Raw 1000.
Yeah.
Even though Heath Slater has never held a world title, does not mean he has not achieved things that world title holders have not been able to do.
Yeah, he got to wrestle legends.
He got to go against Lita, Vader. He got to be a part of Nexus. He got the 3MB thing was amazing. They let him lead the Social Outcast. People saying saying that this guy's living as a jobber. He might be the guy who's losing every matches, but he's still the leader of a lot of these factions that he's in. He's making everybody laugh. The first season of Swerve, you can really tell there's an amazing atmosphere around him backstage because he's always joking and always has these high spirits, and he's super fun.
Oh, he's great. He's hilarious.
Heath Slater does not get drafted. They do this really funny thing at the end where they show him where he's the only one sitting in the room of undrafted people, and someone shuts the light off.
Dixie Carter's probably sitting there going, we don't need Heath Slater, do we? You're right. That's it. I'm not gonna get him. I'm not gonna. We at TNA select. No way, Jose. All right.
Oh, that's good. WWE posted a thing that says Heath Slater visits Evolve Wrestling, possibly siding with them. It's great that they're having this good of humor with it.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Some possible returns. First, we've already talked about it. Rhino is returning to SmackDown. Also, Kurt Hawkins got signed, but they haven't said what brand he's going to be on.
Yeah, I saw that. So that's cool.
Yep. If you could pick a current wrestler right now out there, whether he was here before or she was here before or not, who would you want?
Drew McIntyre.
That's a good pick, Pete.
He's good. I like Drew McIntyre. I do. I always have.
I would go with John Morrison.
John Morrison, too, yeah. Also, I did watch the season finale of Lucha Underground.
Yeah?
Rey Mysterio and Prince Puma. And this is the first time I actually watched it. Oh my God. I hope Lucha Underground gets big because WWE needs competition, and that's where it's going to be. It was insane. Prince Puma is awesome.
Lucha Underground, I think they do wrestling a little bit differently because everything's obviously pre-recorded, but they do somewhat elaborate cutscenes to things, like things cut back and forth. I think they do a lot more editing on things, but not the matches themselves.
The match itself was crazy. You need to find it. I'm not even kidding.
It would be fun to watch season 1 all in its entirety and just go from season to season with that.
Well, I thought they were going to sign a contract with Netflix, is what I heard.
That would be awesome.
Because I would watch it.
All right, so let's review Raw and SmackDown. We got some new logos for both brands. I like both the logos, except I don't like live. SmackDown should just be SmackDown. It doesn't need to be SmackDown Live.
Yeah, we know it's live, you idiots.
Don't call it the Raw Super Show. It's Raw.
Yeah, we know. It's the only Raw. It's like saying Zack Sabre Jr. is a good wrestler. He's not.
The new music, the new themes with the new ropes, the Raw table is back to where it used to be, off and on again, up by the Titantron, but the SmackDown one is still down where it normally is. Ropes are no longer white. They're going to be either red or blue. I like the logos on everything. I like the look of both the Titantrons. I was disappointed that SmackDown didn't get the silver fist back on its Titantron. I think they were trying to hype that, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I know, right? That would have been cool.
New commentators for both shows. I'm happy with this. Raw gets Michael Cole, Byron Saxton, and Corey Graves. Thank you. Get rid of JBL. I could tolerate Michael Cole if he has someone to talk to, and Corey Graves is the person to talk to. Because Baron Corbin just throws out those stupid Jerry Lawler jokes now. That's all he really does. And if Corey hates Byron Saxton as much as I do, it's going to be great.
Oh, I know. It's awesome. I love Corey Graves. By the way, David Otunga, not good.
No.
Really bad. His voice. He's like, well, here comes Baron Corbin.
Renee Young is taking over the pre-shows. Get her out of there. Give that to David Otunga if you want to. Give that to Jerry Lawler. Put Renee Young there.
Why is it Otunga wrestling as the lawyer? He could have that whole, you know what, if you hurt me in any way in this match, I will sue you. Play that card.
Right.
And he would be so hated.
Oh, that'd be great.
And then, have, his followers be called, the jury or something.
Right. Or they're all just, interns.
Yeah.
SmackDown gets JVL, Mario Ranallo, and David Otunga.
God, Morrow's so good. He's beyond good. He's almost too big for WWE.
He's so good at this that JBL and David Otunga just stuttering over themselves. I don't even pay attention to it. And maybe that's just because it just started, and I'm sure it'll wear on me. But right now, I don't care. Also, Raw and SmackDown are getting pre-shows on the network.
That I will never watch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the network and then going to TV.
Exactly. Till Raw and SmackDown start showing live on the network, I won't even care about the pre-shows. I barely care about the pre-shows and the pay-per-views. The only reason I watch them is to see any kind of hiccups that I can make fun of on this podcast with you.
Yeah.
Here's a good thing, though. We didn't see a recap on either show. We didn't see a SmackDown recap. We didn't see a Raw recap. And let's keep it that way. WWE has to learn that if I'm watching SmackDown regularly, I am watching Raw regularly. You don't have to recap one or the other. If recaps mean that much to you, put them on the pre-shows on your network. SmackDown's 2 hours. Just give us 2 hours of really good wrestling. Whether it's backstage segments, whether it's promos, whatever. But don't let us know what happened on Raw, because we were there. We watched it. Anyways, we're going to be seeing the return of local jobbers, because Nia Jax and American Alpha, they need people to beat up, and it won't be anybody on the roster, because really the rosters are pretty thin right now to do that with anybody.
Right?
So get ready just to see some random people showing up like Ryback's back in town.
Oh my God.
What do you want to grade? The overall draft?
I'm giving them both A's because they did an awesome job. You had Balor go over the first night.
Yeah.
And it was great. Dumb part. Reigns, what do you think about Balor? I'll tell you this. Reigns, just talking to the fucking mic and talk loud. You ever notice he just goes like silent, like mid-sentence, and then goes, I want another match with him. We know, Reigns, but guess what? You aren't on Balor's level. You are not even close to Balor's level. But yeah, that was great. I think Raw sort of didn't realize who Balor was. You could see it. Like, you could see the fans starting to do his moves and stuff.
I like Balor, but I think I'm not a big fan of the coup de grace. I want to see more. I like the sling blade.
He does a bunch of moves, but yeah, his finisher, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
I would give this an A. I was very happy. There were things I wasn't happy with not really breaking things up and stirring too much up, but I do kind of get that. I'm really excited to see where both of the shows go. I really, really want it to be like a really good competition. Who would you say won between the two shows this week, Raw or SmackDown?
Raw.
I agree.
I think it's just because I'm such a huge Balor fan. But, like, they did the six-pack challenge. They still put on an awesome show without using Rollins. The matches were great. Sasha Banks won the women's title.
That Sasha Banks match was awesome.
Yeah, that was huge.
First episode of SmackDown, and we get a Battle Royal, which, don't get me wrong, I like Battle Royals, but I could remember back when SmackDown was slowly no longer going to be its own brand. Every night there seemed to be a Battle Royal. So I hope that doesn't become the case again.
I'm just glad Teddy Long isn't sitting there going like, we're going to do a tag match. Tag match! A six-man tag match!
How long do you think it's going to last before we regularly no longer see Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan on these shows?
4 months.
I could see that. And that could mean that either they just stop doing that altogether or they like get replaced, because that's how GMs work. I think 4 months, yeah, perfect time frame. We'll have to check in 4 months and see if these two are still actual general managers of these shows. Done of the night, Pete.
Braun Strowman?
You're going to go with Braun Strowman?
Yeah, because that match was stupid. Who the heck was that guy?
Oh, I know.
Was that Zack Sabre Jr.? Because it looked like Zack Sabre Jr.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, I don't care, Brandon. The world needs to know that this guy sucks. And he looks like a dumb hot dog.
I'm going to go with Simon Gotch, because he's a villain.
Don't ruin Aiden English, please, because I like...
That was my biggest concern, was Aiden English having to take a fallback because of this. Don't do that. He's very talented.
Yeah.
All right, set of the night. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins, because he just ran Raw. Even though he wasn't in any of the matches, you could still tell he was the top dog on Raw.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I loved it. My star, of course, is Balor. Or it's Ziggler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ziggler is going to be fighting Ambrose for the title, which I think is great.
That is so awesome. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler was set up on SmackDown. That was a perfect way to kick it off, to show like, hey, we are going to give some people who deserve a title shot but weren't able to get one what they need. So even if Dolph loses this, at least he's going to get a really good match at SummerSlam even. This isn't like a Backlash or a Night of Champions or anything like that. This is a SummerSlam pay-per-view where we're going to see Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for a world title. That's super exciting.
I like it.
Who do you think's going to win that match?
Between Ambrose and Ziggler?
Yeah.
Ambrose is winning it. They're not going to pull the strap off him yet.
I think Ziggler's going to win it. I'm really wanting him to win, so I'm saying Ziggler all the way.
I mean, I know you do, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to take it off yet.
John Cena versus AJ Styles?
Styles.
And this is the perfect thing to do, because if he loses again to Cena and with this new SmackDown change, I don't know if he's going to be able to survive.
Orton Lesnar?
Lesnar. I want it to be Orton, though.
I think Orton's taking it.
You think so?
I think Orton's going to take it because Lesnar failed that drug test. I think they're going to punish him a little bit.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they don't suspend him. They just make him lose a match.
Yeah.
Especially maybe this was like something that was in the clause like, hey, if you have a match at UFC, regardless, you have to lose the match at SummerSlam. That would make sense. Put Randy Orton over. That's good. I think Brock Lesnar's still going to win this, but I'm totally rooting for Orton on that. WWE Tag Team Championship, The New Day versus The Club. Losing at Battlegrounds and then just becoming #1 contenders. Okay.
It'll be a good match.
Yeah, I think it definitely will be a good match. I hope it's Kofi and Big E versus Carl Anderson and Gallows. I think would be what I would prefer in this, but we'll have to see. For the Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Sasha is defending her title against Charlotte for her rematch clause. Who's winning this one, Pete?
Banks.
Banks?
Yep.
I think you're right. I think Banks is going to win this one, too.
Yeah, I am right.
All right, man. The new title, the WWE Universal Championship, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
Oh, I want to say Balor, but I think Rollins is taking it.
You know what? If I had to choose, I'm going to go with Rollins. I like Rollins more than Balor. I'm a huge Rollins fan. I'm not a big Finn Balor fan. Like, I like him, and I know he's talented. He just hasn't done anything that maybe be like, wow, this guy is amazing.
He's great. You'll see it. You haven't watched enough.
I'd love to see it, but Seth Rollins, he deserves it.
Yeah, for sure. He needs the belt back. But I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad.
Well, hey, man, that's it. That's the Full Nelson Press Podcast, episode 41, the 2016 WWE Brand Extension. Anything else you want to add?
You know what I hate?
Don't say him.
Who do I hate?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, bet.
Suck a butt.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Leave us a comment. We might even read it on our next show.
And I'll try not to berate you, but no promises.
If you're listening to this on iTunes, please subscribe and leave us a review. You have no idea how much that helps.
I guess Stitchers has a thumbs up button now, so that's a thing.
You can find us on Facebook, Wrestling Amino, Tumblr.
Or just search for the Full Nelson Press on any social media site.
You can also go to thefullnelsonpress.com for all of our past episodes and original WWE art created by yours truly.
Go watch some wrestling.